everyone and welcome. So if you're coming to this flow, you're probably looking for a gentle way to wake up. So we're going to do just a short flow in bed this morning, so it's the perfect way to wake up. If you're literally just putting this on, you're still in bed, you haven't moved yet, that's absolutely fine. So you don't need anything apart from where you're sleeping. But if you do want to pop on an extra layer, pop on some socks. We will eventually get out of the covers to start to wake up. So if you want to pop on anything to make you a little bit warmer, feel free to. Similarly, if you want to make a cup of coffee, cup of tea, feel free. So we're going to get started lying down, actually under the covers, so we're keeping that little bit of warmth at the start of class. So just coming down, finding a position that's really comfortable for you, lying on your back, and just taking hands, maybe one hand onto the chest, onto the heart space, and one hand onto the belly. And when we get here, just starting to take some releasing breaths. So keeping those eyes closed as we inhale, breathing in through the nose. As we exhale, letting a sigh out, releasing through the mouth. Maybe one of these is enough, or maybe you take a few. As you're here, just noticing the sensation of the belly rising and falling with that breath. And noticing, is the breath long this morning or is it short? So welcoming it in, whatever it is. If it's long, allow it to be long. If it's short, allow it to be short. And keeping that attention to the breath, to the body. How does the breath feel this morning? How does the body feel? So resisting that temptation to start to think about things that might be going on in your day. And keeping with the practice. Gifting yourself this small amount of time to check in. When you're ready, starting to move away from this stillness, so welcoming in some gentle movement. Maybe it's through the fingertips, through the toes, through the wrists. Maybe you start to roll the head, the neck from side to side. Maybe you find a stretch, really pushing out through those arms, maybe an interlace through the fingers. And then when you're ready, just using those hands gently to move away any blankets that you might have. So just releasing the legs, the feet. Maybe you scooch down, maybe you even remove a pillow, maybe you keep the pillow there, your choice. And just drawing those knees into the chest. Hands on the knees and just giving yourself a rock from side to side. So noticing that connection between the back and the bed, connecting down. And just taking right foot on to the left knee. So maybe this is a point where you get rid of any socks that you might be wearing if you do have them on. And just take a second here to connect through the legs. So take the hands to the lower leg. Have a squeeze of the ankle, maybe a roll of the foot. And when you're ready, just taking both hands around that left thigh, interlacing through the fingers and drawing the knees towards you. So finding that stretch, keeping feet active, feet flexed. And then maybe you introduce that rock from side to side again. And then drop that right foot over to the left-hand side. Release the hands from around the thigh. So coming into a twist here. Maybe you take those hands out to a T or a cactus shape. Maybe you deepen, turning the head over to the right-hand side. So not worrying too much about where you end up here. Maybe you've got a pillow super close to the head and you just take it underneath, give yourself some support. Maybe once you're here, you put that blanket back over your legs. You can keep the eyes closed. Just checking in. Allowing that body to feel heavy. That sensation of sinking down. One more breath there. And then gently uncrossing those legs, so releasing them to start off with, and then drawing both knees back into the chest again. Finding a squeeze, a hug, and then making our way over onto the opposite side, so taking that left ankle on top of the right knee. Taking hands to the calf, to the leg, and just giving the leg a squeeze. Waking up the body, maybe you take a squeeze through the ankle as well. And then when you're ready, taking those hands around the right thigh, maybe finding an interlace, and just gently tugging towards you. So switching feet on, switching legs on, noticing the sensation through the quads. Maybe again you find a rock from side to side here. And then gently drop that left foot over towards the side, so left foot dropping over towards the right, finding that twist. Hands, maybe they stay on the belly, or maybe they come out to that T or cactus. To deepen, maybe that gaze goes over to the left. And again, find support here for a couple of seconds of stillness. So maybe it's a pillow that just goes under the head. Maybe the blanket comes back onto the legs. And also letting go of any efforts here. So moving a little softer, a little steadier, a little slower. Finding that release. Maybe you even scan over the bodies and notice any tension that there might be. And just sending that breath to where it needs to go. Allowing that breath, that prana to unlock, to release. When you're ready, gently rolling away. Uncrossing the legs and drawing both knees into the chest again. Finding that rock. Maybe here is where you start to flutter open those eyes. So maybe you start by just blinking the eyes a couple of times, blinking them open. And then when they're fully open, just take a soft gaze. So option maybe to rock up towards a seated position, or to maybe just use those hands to help push you up. Lifting the back, drawing knees together and then out to the side, so soles of the feet come together, finding a Baddha Konasana. So just take a second here. Move those feet forward slightly if they're really close into the body, and just take hands to the feet. So the thumb pushing into the soles of the feet, giving the body a little bit of love, the feet a little bit of love as we wake up. So pushing in, noticing how that feels, that sensation of the hands. Pushing, moving the feet. And then when you're ready, coming into a forward fold. So maybe we sit up, find a little bit of length. And we're going to really allow the back to round here. So we want the head to move towards the feet. So if you've got a pillow, it might be super nice to take a pillow on top of the feet to allow yourself to come down. And maybe you take a couple of pillows so you can feel really supported. Maybe you decide that you're going to take those hands underneath the ankles and walk them forwards, grounding down. So wherever you are, find the supports. If you need it, take that pillow Maybe it's a couple of pillows, maybe it's just a duvet rolled up. When you get here, maybe you close down those eyes again. Noticing sensation through the hips, through the groins as we gently open. Making sure you've got that support for the head. Releasing any tension through the neck. Mindful movement as we start to come out. Moving slowly. Unwinding. Removing any props that you might have. And then just coming to find a more comfortable seated variation. So maybe you've got legs crossed. Just take a second here, dropping chin down to the chest, eyes closed. Start to move through some eye rolls. So as we inhale, taking the head up to the right. As we exhale, drawing it back down through heart center. Inhale, left ear up to the left shoulder. So keeping going with these half neck rolls. Maybe you feel the calling, the opening to open through that throat viscera. You take the head the whole way around and then back. If you find the full neck roll, making sure you do it on both sides, so maybe going one way and then the other. Taking a couple more of these, and then when you come back to center, just taking hands onto the knees, rolling shoulders up, and then releasing them back down. So deep pressing shoulders down, feeling the collarbones move. So as we inhale, roll up, ears scrunch up all the way towards the ears. As we exhale, we roll back, shoulder blades moving down. Deep press, and then allow the shoulders to come back to normal. When you're ready, taking right hand onto the head, and just gently taking the head over to the right hand side. No heavy pressure here, just a gentle pull from the hand. Only going as far as feels comfortable. Maybe you even flutter open those eyes and take the gaze up to the left hand side, so you're kind of finding that rotation, finding that opening. When you're ready, moving back round. Gently releasing the head, keeping that right arm down, so we've got right elbow up, and just taking left hand onto the right elbow, finding a gentle stretch here. Opening through the chest, through the heart space. Release, come to take that other side, so right hand coming onto the left elbow. Gentle tug, stretching, opening through the upper body. And then when you're ready, releasing, taking the left hand onto the head this time, and just finding that stretch through the neck. Gentle pressure, only as far as feels comfortable. And maybe you stay here, or maybe you take that gaze up towards the right hand side, up towards the sky, find that opening. Gently moving that head back through center the way it came, releasing that hand. And then just inhaling, taking those arms up, finding that length. Exhale, take those hands down through heart center, Anjali Mudra. Taking right hand down to the side. As we inhale, left arm sweeps up and over, so finding that side stretch. Maybe you're down on the forearm, maybe you're just on the fingertips and everything's reaching over. Finding that opening through the left side body, so side of the body cracking open, finding that space, keeping fingers, hands active. Inhale, coming back, taking it over to the other side. So left hand grounds, right arm sweeps up and over. Opening now through the right side body, maybe that gaze, that drishti is up towards the hand, everything engaged, everything switched on. Next inhale, bring it back up. Maybe you take another roll of the shoulders here. As we inhale, take arms up again. Exhale, palms together, draw them down, and just taking those thumbs towards our third eye. So checking in with that intuition, dropping chin down to chest, closing the eyes. Taking a second here to come back to the breath, come back to the body. How does it feel? Is it different from the start of practice? And taking a second for a moment of gratitude. So saying thank you to yourselves for finding the time to just take a moment for you today. When you're ready, releasing those hands, keeping eyes closed, and then just taking fingertips to the neck, so the back of the neck, back of the head, and just running those fingers around the head, around the scalp, gentle pressure. And just allow yourself a little bit more time to drop into sensation before we wake up. So fingertips maybe on the temples, running through the scalp. Noticing here any sounds, so maybe the sounds of your hair moving as the fingertips move through. Option to stay here a little bit longer if you want. Maybe you pause the video, take a couple more minutes. And when you're ready, coming back to how we did at the start of practice, one hand on the belly, one hand on heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, release out through the mouth. Release hands down, gently flutter open eyes, and just starting to wake up to your space, coming back to the room. Again, taking it slowly here. Maybe you take a roll through the neck, through the shoulders, before you get started with the rest of your day. So thank you everybody. I hope you really enjoyed that practice, and it's one that you can come back to again and again. If you did like this flow, please subscribe. There'll be new content coming out quite regularly, and if you like this one, I might do kind of like a wind down for the evening yoga that's also in bed. So feel free to let me know if that's something that you would like, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day.